Everything you knew about attraction is wrong. Stop doing what you're doing and pay close attention, because in this video, I'm going to reveal the 11 secret signs that a woman is truly interested in you and the one red flag you should never ever ignore. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the nuances of human interaction, relationships, and all things attraction. Have you ever caught yourself wondering if that special someone is genuinely into you? Maybe you've tried to decipher those little hints or gestures only to end up even more confused? Well, today we're going beyond the surface. We're not just talking about the obvious signs or the standard advice you might find on some random blog. We're diving deep into the hidden world of body language. That's right. We're going beyond the words, the smiles, and those friendly gestures to unlock the secrets of true attraction. Because let's face it, figuring out if someone likes you can be like trying to crack a code, right? But don't worry, I've got you covered. Buckle up, because what you're about to learn could change the way you see relationships forever. By the end of this video, you'll not only know how to tell if she's into you, but also how to avoid that one major mistake that could cost you a golden opportunity. So, are you ready to become a body language pro? Let's jump right in. 1. The power of imitation mirroring. All right, let's kick things off with one of the most subtle yet powerful signs of attraction. Imitation, also known as mirroring. This one's all about those little subconscious actions that people do without even realizing it. Have you ever noticed that when someone is really vibing with you, they start copying your gestures, your expressions, maybe even your posture? Yeah, that's no coincidence. When a woman is into you, her brain kicks into gear and she begins mirroring your movements. But wait, why does this happen? Well, it's all about creating a connection. It's her way of saying, hey, we're on the same wavelength, without actually saying anything at all. This behavior is rooted in something called the mirror neuron system, which is basically our brain's way of empathizing and connecting with others. When a person mirrors you, it's a sign that they feel comfortable and in sync with you. This isn't just about copying for the sake of it, it's about creating an invisible connection. Think of it this way. If you're sitting in a cafe and you notice she's drinking her coffee in the same way you are, or crossing her legs just like you did a few moments ago, that's her subconsciously telling you, I'm into you. It's her body's way of building rapport and saying, I like you and I want to be close to you. So next time you're in a conversation with her, take a second to observe, is she reflecting your actions? Is she subtly mimicking your body language? If she is, you might just have a deeper connection than you thought. Don't ignore this. It's one of the clearest signs that she's interested in more than just a casual conversation. 2. The hair play. Let's move on to one of the most classic yet often misunderstood signals. Playing with hair. This one's as old as time, and yet so many people get it wrong. Picture this, you're talking to her, and suddenly she starts twirling a lock of hair around her finger, or maybe she's gently running her fingers through it. Seems innocent, right? But here's the thing, this isn't just a random act. It's a subtle signal of attraction. Now, why is hair such a big deal? Well, hair has always been associated with beauty and femininity. When a woman is attracted to someone, she might start to preen herself just like animals do in the wild. Think of it as a form of grooming to get your attention. When she's playing with her hair, she's not just fidgeting, she's sending a message. It's her way of saying, I want to look good for you, or I'm trying to calm my nerves because I'm excited to be around you. But, and this is crucial, hair play can also be a sign of nervousness or anticipation. Maybe she's anxious about making a good impression, or perhaps she's excited about where the conversation is going. So, if she's doing this while talking to you, she's probably feeling something more than just friendship. But here's a pro tip. Pay attention to how she's playing with her hair. Is she twirling it slowly and sensually? Or is she nervously fidgeting with it? The context matters. A slow, deliberate play with her hair often signals interest and flirtation. On the other hand, if she's nervously tugging at her hair, it could mean she's anxious or feeling a bit self-conscious. Either way, this is a sign worth noting. 3. The eyes have it. The eye's the window to the soul, as they say. Let's talk about eye contact. This is one of the most powerful non-verbal signals out there. When a woman locks eyes with you and holds that gaze for more than a few seconds, she's doing more than just looking, she's communicating interest, maybe even desire. Eye contact is powerful, it's intimate. It's her way of saying, I see you, I'm intrigued by you, and I want to know more. But there's more to eye contact than just holding a gaze. The intensity and frequency of the eye contact are key. Is she maintaining eye contact and then looking away shyly? That could be a sign of flirtation. She giving you deep, lingering looks that make your heart skip a beat. That's a clear indicator that she's interested in you on a deeper level. Here's another thing to watch for: pupil dilation. When someone is attracted to you, their pupils naturally dilate. It's a physiological response that happens when we see something or someone we like. So if her pupils seem larger than usual when she's looking at you, that's a surefire sign she's into you. But let's not forget about the role of side glances. Sometimes, instead of direct eye contact, she might give you those quick, shy glances from the corner of her eye. It's like she's checking you out, but doesn't want to be too obvious about it. These side glances can be just as telling as direct eye contact. They're a playful, flirtatious way of showing interest without being too forward. So next time you're chatting with her, pay attention to her eyes. Are her pupils dilated? Is she giving you lingering looks or playful side glances? These are all signs that she's not just interested, she's intrigued, and maybe even a little captivated by you. 4. The interception signal. Now, imagine you're at a party, out with friends, or even just hanging out in a public place. There's this girl who keeps positioning herself within your line of sight. Maybe she's standing a bit closer than before, or suddenly you're bumping into her in the hallway. What's going on here? This is what we call the interception signal. It's her way of subtly getting your attention, of saying, notice me, without being overt. Here's how it works. She might position herself just close enough so that you have to notice her. Maybe she's standing near the bar where you're about to order a drink, or she's accidentally walking by you several times throughout the evening. It's a subtle way of initiating interaction without coming off as too forward. But why does she do this? It's all about creating opportunities for interaction. She's putting herself in your path, hoping that you'll take the hint and start a conversation. It's a low-risk way for her to signal interest. If you don't pick up on it, she can easily play it off as coincidence. But if you do notice and engage, well, then she knows she's got your attention. So if you catch on to this interception signal, take it as a green light. This could be your opportunity to strike up a conversation and see where it leads. She's already done the hard part of positioning herself near you. Now it's up to you to make the next move. 5. The space invader. All right, let's talk about personal space. This one's a biggie. We all have our own comfort zones when it comes to personal space. And when someone crosses that invisible boundary, it's usually for a reason. When a woman moves closer to you, shrinking that distance, she's doing more than just getting comfortable, she's sending a clear signal. Think about it. If she's standing just a few inches away, close enough that you can feel her presence, she's showing that she's comfortable with you and maybe even interested in getting closer, both physically and emotionally. The closer she gets, the more she's interested. Here's the kicker: distance matters. If she's within 2 feet of you, it's practically her shouting, I'm into you, without saying a word. This isn't just about proximity, it's about trust and comfort. She's saying, I feel safe with you, and I want to be near you. This kind of closeness is reserved for people we like, trust, and feel connected to. So, if she's stepping into your space, don't ignore it. It's a sign she's ready to take things to the next level. Whether it's a crowded bar, a quiet cafe, or even just walking down the street, if she's close enough that you can feel her presence, she's definitely interested. But remember, it's not just about how close she gets, it's also about how comfortable she seems being in your space. If she's relaxed and engaged, that's a positive sign. 6. The nose. Here's a sign most people completely overlook. Flared nostrils. Yeah, it might sound strange, but when someone's nostrils suddenly widen while they're around you, it's a sign they're feeling relaxed and comfortable. Why does this happen? Well, it's actually a physiological response. When we're attracted to someone or feel a sense of excitement, our bodies respond in all sorts of subtle ways, and flaring nostrils is one of them. So one of those subconscious cues that shows she's at ease presence and maybe even feeling a little excited. This might be one of the hardest signs to catch because it's so subtle. But if you notice it, especially in combination with other signs like close proximity or sustained eye contact, it's a good indicator that she's interested. So next time you're with her, take a moment to look at these tiny, often overlooked details. They can reveal more than you might think. 7. The lip focus. Moving on to something a bit more obvious. The lips. When a woman wants you to notice her lips, she might lick them, bite them lightly, or even gloss them up right in front of you. This is her way of drawing your attention, of saying, "Look at me, focus here." Lips are one of the most expressive parts of our body, and they play a huge role in nonverbal communication. When she's emphasizing her lips, she's sending a clear message she's interested, and she's thinking about being kissed. It's a playful, flirty move that says she's open to intimacy and wants you to think about it too. But here's where it gets interesting. It's not just about what she does with her lips, it's also about when she does it. Is she biting her lip right after you say something funny or charming? Is she subtly licking her lips while looking at yours? These are all signs that she's feeling attracted and is probably hoping you're picking up on it. So, if you notice her lips becoming the focal point of your interaction, don't brush it off as just another random gesture. She's giving you a pretty clear sign that she's into you and is possibly thinking about getting closer literally. 8. The honest feet. Now, here's a wild card. Foot direction. Did you know that feet are the most honest part of our body? That's right, while we can consciously control our facial expressions and hand gestures, our feet often give away our true feelings without us even realizing it. When a woman points her feet toward you during a conversation, it's a strong indicator that she's engaged and interested. Even if she's trying to play it cool with her words, her feet might just give her away. This is because our feet naturally point in the direction of our interest or focus. If her feet are pointed toward you, it's her body's way of saying, "I'm into this conversation and I'm into you." But it doesn't stop there. If you're in a group setting, notice where her feet are pointing when she's not directly talking to you. Are they still angled toward you? If so, that's a strong sign that you're the one she's most interested in, even if she's currently engaged in another conversation. Feet are like the body's compass. They show where the heart is truly aligned. And here's another tip. If her feet are pointed away from you or toward the exit, that could be a sign she's ready to leave the conversation. But if they're pointed toward you and she's leaning in, you've definitely got her attention. 9. Dilated pupil side glances. Back to the eyes for a second of her. Pupils are dilated when she's talking to you or if she's giving you those quick, shy glances from the corner of her eye. These are major tells. Dilated pupils are a physiological response to attraction. When we see something or someone we're interested in, our pupils naturally expand as a way to take in more of that sight. So if you're chatting with her and notice her pupils are larger than usual, take it as a sign that she's genuinely interested in what she's seeing you. And let's talk about those side glances. These are less about direct, intense eye contact and more about playful, flirty interest. When someone gives you a side glance, they're showing interest without being too forward. It's like she's testing the waters, letting you know she's intrigued, but still keeping it a bit mysterious. These side glances often come with a little smile or a tilt of the head, adding to the flirtatious vibe. If you notice her looking at you from the corner of her eye, maybe even while she's talking to someone else, that's a pretty strong indicator that you're on her mind. So whether it's dilated pupils or those sneaky side glances, her eyes are giving you all the information you need. Pay attention to these cues and you'll have a much clearer idea of whether she's into you. 10. The neck reveal. Here's a sign that's all about vulnerability. Showing her neck. The neck is one of the most sensitive and vulnerable parts of the body. When someone tilts their head and exposes their neck, they're not just getting comfortable, they're showing trust and openness. In the animal kingdom, exposing the neck is a sign of submission or trust. In human interactions, it's a way of showing vulnerability and attraction. When a woman shows her neck, maybe by tilting her head to the side or brushing her hair back, she's signaling that she feels safe and comfortable with you. It's a gesture that invites closeness and signals a deeper level of trust. But there's more. This gesture can also be quite seductive. The neck is a sensual area, and when she's exposing it, she might be trying to draw your attention there. It's her way of saying, I'm comfortable with you, and I want you to notice me. So if you catch her showing her neck, take it as a sign that she's not just comfortable around you, she's potentially interested in something more. 11. The intentional touch. Finally, let's talk about intentional touch. This is probably one of the most direct and unmistakable signs of attraction. If she's finding excuses to touch you, whether it's a brush of the hand, a playful shove, or even a light touch on your shoulder, she's breaking down barriers, both physical and emotional. Touch is a powerful way to communicate attraction and connection. When she touches you, she's not just being friendly, she's signaling that she wants to be closer, literally and figuratively. This kind of touch isn't accidental. It's deliberate. She's saying, I'm interested, I'm comfortable, and I want you to be close. Here's something to keep in mind. The type of touch matters. A light, playful touch on the arm or shoulder is a sign of flirtation and interest. A lingering touch, like a hand on your back as she walks by, can signal a deeper level of attraction. And if she's going for more intimate touches, like brushing your hand or giving you a hug that lasts a little longer than usual, that's a clear sign she's into you. So, if she's touching you with intention, take it as a strong signal that she's interested and is open to more than just a casual conversation. The red flag. And now, before you go thinking every touch and glance is a green light, there's one major red flag you need to watch out for. Crossed arms. This is a defensive posture, a way of saying I'm closed off, I'm not comfortable. If she's crossing her arms when she's with you, it might mean she's not as interested as you thought, or she's putting up a barrier for some reason. Crossing arms creates a physical barrier between her and the rest of the world, and in the context of a social interaction, it usually signals that she's not feeling as open or connected. This could be due to discomfort, disinterest, or even a negative reaction to something that was said or done. However, context is key here. If you're in a cold environment, she might just be trying to stay warm. But if it's a warm, comfortable setting, and she's still crossing her arms, take it as a sign that she's not as engaged or interested as you might have hoped. So pay attention to this one. It could save you from making the wrong move. Sometimes it's better to pick up on these cues and adjust your approach rather than pushing forward when the interest just isn't there. So, there you have it, minus 11 signals that she's into you, and one big red flag to be cautious about. Remember, body language speaks louder than words, and understanding these cues can give you the upper hand in figuring out what she's really thinking. Now that you know these secrets, the next move is yours. Don't miss the chance to put this knowledge into action. And hey, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more insider tips. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.